Okay, I think we're live. All right, hey everybody, welcome to my chill Sunday afternoon stream. Today is going to be Citizen Sleeper, and I'm super excited about this. I so I said earlier I was gonna hope that I'm gonna shut up a little bit, and you can just kind of like enjoy it. We'll see how much that works. I've played this before, but it's been a long time, and I almost completely forgot like everything. Yeah. Originally, I wanted to just get a cup of coffee and just kind of like chill out, but it's so hot here, so that instead I just got a kombucha. So yeah, let's give it a go. Let's do Citizen Sleeper. It's a text-based role-playing game with a dice mechanic in it. There's going to be a lot of text, and it's very sci-fi based. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Settle down somewhere, get something to drink, and let's just go right into it. All right. Oh, that's right. So when you start a new game, you need to select a character class. This is from an old game, so we'll just do a new one. All right. We'll start by choosing a character class. The operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. So this one excels in interface and is not greatest in endure, so, you know, a little bit weak. Then we have the extractor. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance, which, you know, here you go, endurance pretty high, but not as intuitive. And then we have the machinist. Machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned to machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. So engineer higher, but engage not really high, so a little bit averse. Really enjoyed playing as the operator last time, but maybe I'll just challenge myself. Okay, let's go with extractor and start the game. The first thing you become aware of when waking is the disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking, when your self has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Let's forget that body. You resist nostalgia. It is pointless, especially now. This is the moment to reach out, not currently onwards. This is your moment of escape, even if it feels immediately like you traded one prison for another. Smaller, cooler, lifeless. Reach out. You almost laugh, or you would if there was room or even air to do so. The walls of the container are immediately present, cold, hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Okay, let's remember the plan. You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited. Once you got the itch to get out by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple. Collapse the shaft, drift away in the chaos, slip into cargo processing, seal yourselves in the containers, and just hope the freighter left before you were missed. Some were lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers, but the freighter, as far as you know, left. What feels like enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock, even if in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination. Let's try to rest. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left, surely weeks, maybe months. You are dully aware of damage to your legs and your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Time passes. The cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound, too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then light. White is the cold, softer and softer until in a haze of dirty yellow, a figure appears. You are out. Dragos, a pragmatic and private salvager. Human. It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of the scrapyard and swaddled in the reflective folds of the plywood blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, sleeper, you all thawed yet? Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance in sub-zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside-out of locks in my time. I weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech. His headset, with its glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his some symbiotically linked drones perches, its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. The last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment. Perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. Well, I plan to survive. You aren't sure if he hears you. I won't ask what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation. I suppose you know you can't go back. Your body is theirs now, and you're just software. Rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. You're not alone. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells. The promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You're no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one did. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. Essen-Arp wants to protect the property, but if they can't keep hold of you, well, then no one can. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence. A built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them, and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? But for now, sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away towards the glassy open door. The eye is the best place you can be right now. The eye? The station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. trails off. There is an old freight container I've been using as a storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside of you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. You know. Alright, you had enough there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Drago stalks back into the wrecks, his drones already converging on a rusting hull. Plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Welcome to Erland's Eye. Alright, life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Alright. Let's end the cycle. You wake curled up in the corner of the container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake in now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are, on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? Well, what matters is building a life. Maybe you did get lucky finding yourself here. Maybe here on the edge of everything there's a life for you to build. But before you can build anything, you'll need to learn to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electrical stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thump the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright, polygonal shapes, like angular suns, burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it is long after you finish drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best as you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Alright, condition, action, dice, and energy. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body, so that's up here. That's the orange bar. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Which is this: getting pharmaceuticals will restore my condition. Action dice. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. So this is basically, see, as this goes down, it kind of like crosses the threshold between the boxes where the dice are in. Once it drops out of the box, you don't roll that dice anymore. So it is really important to keep my condition high, and maybe even really great up here, to get as many dice as possible, because the dice are going to allow me to essentially play the game. Energy. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar, which is down here. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy losses become condition losses, and your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. So, some management here. Alright, well, let's explore the station. Dragos is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it's implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? Okay. The drone chirps. Great to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So, I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Sure. Alright then, he nods. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards with a bright market to dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value. Most of what comes in is scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'll be used to the manual labor, and obviously I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Chits? These. He pulls out a handful of small metal bars. Air-walled cryo, isolated from the market. It's what we use for trade out here. He stuffs them back in his pocket. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can. And sleepers, well, he trails off. But things being the way they are for me at the yard, I need the help. Why? Things are a little tight, that's all. I owe a little cryo to a client here or there. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Yeah, we'll do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Well, looks like it's time to go to work. Alright, Drago's yard. Alright, so actions are the primary way you interact with the world of Citizen Sleep. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. There are 2 slots here. Actions reward you with clock progress, energy, condition, or items depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcome. Positive, so that's yellow, the action goes better than expected. Neutral, that's white, the action succeeds. And negative, the action fails. An action dice affect these outcomes as follows. So essentially just like yellow is always going to be positive. Yellow-white is kind of like, average. White is usually the worst you can put in there. Okay. Let's do it. Yes. Oh, right. There's more. So there's either critical or repeatable critical actions can only perform once. Either save, risky, or danger. Yeah, I mean, listen, dangerous is dangerous. It's going to screw you over. Yellow and red, generally not the greatest, but, you know, great rewards. And the skill that this action requires. So this is where we had, like, plus and minus in the character builder. And the modifier, this adds to the action dice with slot and improves its value. So, it's fairly intuitive. Let's do it. Okay. Alright, so there's a repeatable action here. Hull dissection. Even the rustiest hull can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. This will load into back-end business and a dead colton. And then there is manual salvage. It's going to take some time to sort and cut your way through the towers of salvage, but you're no stranger to hard labor. This gives me plus for endure, because we're used to hard labor. This is risky, but I do have a couple of really high dice, so I'm just going to throw that in there. Actions often progress clocks. That's these guys down here. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something good or bad is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Drago's debt, that's this. Dragos is tied up in something ugly, and if he misses a payment or two, things will get nasty. They're called cycle clocks. Listen, I'm reading this, you can ignore it, just do something else, it's fine. But for those that are just interested, we'll just go ahead. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without the player input. So, this is actually important. Whenever we complete a cycle, these just move on. And we need to make actions, we need to be smart about it in order to get ahead of them and make sure they don't trigger or if they trigger, we get a positive result. Any active cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon for that location. That's over here. Cool. Alright, so we just got 15 cryo. We got back in business. I wonder if we can... drives and navigation. In Citizen Sleep, you will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuit of specific objectives, depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, so right now find a doctor, and any track drive will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via the arrow button at the top left. Okay, now we're free to explore the eye and make a life for yourself. Need to follow drives. These are kind of like quests. Get food, recover condition, fill clocks, and end the cycle when I'm out of dice. Alright, so I can scroll along the entire eye. So this is what we have right now. So there's a shipyard here. I need to find a doctor. I need to survive. So let's see if we can find a doctor somewhere. That looks like maybe here. Okay, there is a way to find a doctor. Bright Market. Let's go check it. Okay. Ask for directions or explore the market. I'm not very intuitive, so that's not super helpful. This is risky. But yeah, let's ask for directions. Maybe someone here knows a doctor. Okay, local knowledge. I got the knowledge, I think. Okay. And I think this... There we go. Okay, so now there's Sabine. Sabine the slum doctor. Let's go visit her. Next comes the call from the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You are thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you're here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hat block, they have all made the long queue a test of your nerve. But your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer, your body will... You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Now let's look at the enforcer. The enforcer is looking down the corridor, and you dare to glance at him. His purpose is unmistakable, and he's there to intimidate, to threaten, and if necessary, carry out those threats. His broad shoulders are framed with a metal exoskeleton. A couple of mirror-like implants sit below his eyes like mercury teardrops. Subsidiary sense input or aesthetic markers, you aren't sure. You also aren't familiar with the geometric blade-like tattoo on his arm, but you make a note of it. You avert your eyes when he looks back at you. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in, Tashira. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the Bright Market sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above, and for a moment, you are transfixed by the motion. Come, sit, calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turned away, placing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak. They blink, and then quickly regain their composure. Please, sit. They gesture to the bed, and then turn to an open case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across their face. How long have you been on the station? They ask, the scanner is still on their eye. few cycles? They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body's dying. They say it without ceremony, without drama. So I guess they say, your body is dying. But not without empathy. So I guess, your body is dying. Essen-Arp doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames, as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or, in your case, escaping, they built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizers, one which Essen-Arp remains the sole producer of. They look up. Sound familiar? How do you know this? They shift in their seat. You aren't the first sleeper I've encountered. You wait for more, but they go back to their inspection. They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says, and you are unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and Essen-Arp has no reason to release stabilizers into the market. Sabine looks up, as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works. And then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at the back, willing them to say something. Anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help. They sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes. Hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Tashira outside? You nod. He works for my benefactor, Yataga. They are influential in the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. They look away. But Yatagan has connections. Smugglers from the Starward Belt. Mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. If they can source a stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. Sabine sets down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous. And it'll be expensive, but I think we can do it. Well, why help me? Sabine walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave. Sabine's still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face. But the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Okay. We need to eat something. Emphis is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented rock, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables and some red-flecked dressing. The smell is incredible. He watches as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. Let's approach. You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers, vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vests, grubby mods, and a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing notes of bright market dives, their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. Eventually it's your turn, and you shuffle to the front. Emphis speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. First try is free. Thinking. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks. The earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy, the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers, Memphis says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility in its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container and the endless cycles spent within it. Now it seems you tell him like some dream that you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you are unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually, you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more, he smiles, but next time, you pay. He slams a heavy hand against the button on the burner's side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame in its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. Well, you'll be back. Okay, great. Well, let's have a look. Got food. It's good. Still 2 more dice. We want to get to know Memphis. We need to eat there. We need to build a ship mind. You've heard talk of a fabricator owned by the Ort Exchange. With that and a few fragments, you could build a ship mind core. Gain access to the Ort fabricator. Well, what can we do here? Okay, so Sabine is sourcing the stabilizers for us. Let's see what else we have. The Rotunda, that's the old dock terminal. And what is this? Shipyard. Havenage Construction Yards. Havenage? So we can assist a shipbuilder, and we can haul materials. Okay, so the only way to get into the shipyard is to work there. No tours, so we need to just do some shipyard work. Now we can haul materials. It's pretty dangerous. We get +1, which is kind of nice. But, yeah, it's a possibility. I'm not super keen on this right now. Need money. What do we have here? Dock C4. So this is for Merchants Crossing. There's nothing here yet, so we can't really do anything. Rotunda. So we can explore the Rotunda, or we can see the dock plans. Oh, okay. Havenage security has to have plans. Stealing them would be the fastest way to get to another space and the most dangerous. Okay. And we can explore, which we're not very good at. So, you know, let's try to steal the dock plans. Oof. Let's try it. Oof. Okay. That was really bad. Okay, so I managed to do the dock watching, and I stole the plans, but now I'm on the watch list, which means I can't do anything here anymore. But yeah, I did. Why not? Let's see. As you slip through the crowd towards the passages out of the rotunda, a voice calls after you. Hey, sleeper! You turn to see a Havanash security guard tech flashing, bearing down on you at its speed. His head is on his hip. All in a run! You break into a run, bursting through the crowd into an open tunnel. As you do, you see a flash reflected in the metal. The impact knocks you to the cold floor. You roll, dazed and in pain, scratching at the metal. When you turn onto your back, the Havanash guard stands over you, a compact black weapon in his hand. Don't run, he smirks. It hurts less. You start to reply, but he holds up a hand. I don't want to hear it. You newcomers are all the same. He reaches back into a pocket of his tactical vest. I suppose you thought you were free, huh? No law, no corps, no rules. He laughs. The thing is, you took something that doesn't belong to you. He hooks together a pair of restraints. It belongs to us. I'd think one of you things would have more respect for property. After all, isn't that all you are? A piece of corporate property that has got itself lost. He reaches down to put on the restraints. Now, we hold you. You resist. You try to stumble to your feet, but you still feel weak from whatever he hit you with, and he easily twists your reaching arm and forces you back down to the floor. Another voice suddenly joins his. You can't quite make it out, but the officer drops you onto the hard floor. You struggle against the restraints, and then they release, and you are being helped to your feet, dusted down, arranged. Apologies. Fenn's wonky smile greets you. Then he turns back to the officer. You are done here, Carrick. Don't touch this one again. The officer smiles and shakes his head. You piece of shit, Fang, he spits. One cycle, I swear. He trails off into incoherent muttering and stalks back into the crowd. Fang's smile fades a little. Shall we? He gestures to the tunnel. Who are you? Your new friend. He gives you a pointed look. After you, please. You walk together out of the bright rotunda into the flickering light of the tunnel. You good? Security's jurisdiction is a little fuzzy, but they will protect their property with a certain zeal. I'm good. Glad to hear it. Believe it or not, we don't make a habit of roughing up newcomers. We? He nudges you to turn at a junction. Havenage. We are all one dysfunctional family. Frank puts an arm around you. I'm not part of the security branch, though. Don't worry. I'm with systems. Havenage? Think of us as an administrative association for the lower eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerged as a response to or a continuation of Andrew Erlin's original union. He smiles. Personally, I avoid the topic. He stops you in a quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you lift those plants, and, well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a small proposition for you. He glances around, but this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare, then, when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look gone. Stay clean, sleeper. I won't always be watching. He walks off down the dark passage, raising a hand in a farewell. Whew. Alright. We have one more action left. We should make that count. What do we have here? What is this? Ankita shredded mercenary. Oh. Hey, you! Wanna earn a chit? Ankita stands beside a huge pile of tight-together hull plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. Make it two. Ankita laughs. This got him stationed. She sighs and pinches the bridge of her nose. All right, come here then. You cross the docking concourse as she begins to split the plating into two bundles. What is it with this place? She asks as she angrily lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. She straightens up to an imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and looks you up and down. Or is it just that you all think I'm an easy mark? You look the part. Ankita laughs again. This, you mean? She taps her armor. You've got me pegged then. A big dumb merc with more chits than sense. Is that it? It just looks expensive. That's fair. Rude, but fair. Ankita hoists one bundle of plating onto her shoulder. Come on then. Enough chat. You've got to earn those chits. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. Ankita gives you a look. Ship's this way. And she sets off down a gantry at impressive speeds. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of Steve doors. What's all this for? Oh, this. She nods at the plates on the back. I'm building a treehouse. She gives you another one of her looks. It's for the ambergris. That cutter you might have seen sitting silent out there. She rapidly turns another corner as you trail behind. She got cut up pretty bad on her last job and had to moor up her for a spell. But since then, it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the core from our ship mine, so now she's gone dark. She shifts the panels on their shoulders. The upshot is that I'm short one ship mind with a ton of repairs to do, and the rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind I'd been stranded, so yeah, it's been a time. Well, anything I can do to help? I don't know. Got a ship mind tucked away on that frame of yours? For a moment, you aren't sure if she's serious. Ankita swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me. She hauls a second bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I've met here who might actually be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. She passes the bundles of plates through the ambergris's outer lock and then turns back. Just don't go spreading all this around. Ankita throws you a couple of chits. She gives you a parting nod and ducks through the doorway. All right, get out of here. She calls back and then the lock slams shut. New drive discovered. Okay, so build a ship mine to fix the ambergris, get to know Amphis, pay Dragos, and survive. What else is there? More to do with the ambergris? Oh, okay. I can actually help out. I need a skill upgrade to rewire her drones, but I can help with the repairs. I don't know. I don't have, like, the greatest dice left. What else do we have here? The Overlook Bar. Okay, so I can get some rations, I can get a drink, and I can become a regular. I feel like I still want to make some of my time count. There's a sealed dock here, but I need data to unlock the Maclock. I don't have data yet. So what else is there? Dock B2. Okay, there's nobody here yet, so I can't really do anything. Check out the low-end gate. I can pay the toll. 60 chits. I have 17. I don't have any of that kind of money, so I'm going to be stuck here for a moment. Could work a little bit more at the yard. We have Endure. It's safe. We could dissect the hull. Yeah, let's just work a little bit more. 50% positive, 50% neutral. This is because we get +1 here. That's actually pretty good. Let's do that. Okay, back in business. +2 filled up the cycle here. Gave us 10 chits. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. Well, time to go to sleep. No more actions left. Here's my empty container. Oh, I could also sunbathe. Yeah, if it refills energy or something, but it's not. So let's end the cycle. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment, you're gone, absent from your own body, stretched across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions, as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Let's touch it. You find a point in the station and you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths under and around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and then you try, in a moment of impulsiveness, to connect them. The flow passes through you so rapidly that you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. You reach out, trying to grasp them, try to touch them too. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you, insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second and you feel it waiting there. The station splayed out across your mind, a storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored. And then it is gone. Alright, so because we're not doing so well, we're only left with 3 more dice now instead of 4. So let's make the best of it. Need 2 more cycles to get medication, which, okay, fine, not the greatest. I can afford to not eat today. Do some dock work. Help with the ambergris. This one isn't too hard. Ooh, 25%. Oh, let's do it anyway. I only actually dice. Okay, not too bad. +1, 10 crypto, cryo. It's probably the same thing. Okay, 3 more cycles for something to arrive here. A couple more cycles here. I can go be a shipyard person. I can do the award exchange. Okay, so I can play the exchange. So I can make some money. There is a ship mine fabrication stack that only trusted traders gain access to. And I don't have scrap components yet, so I think... I mean, it'd be nice to just chill around and, like, party, but honestly, it feels like I just need a hustle. So... let's do a hull dissection with our really good die. Very nice. And that gave us some cryo. Really good cryo, too. And I think we could probably finish this up with manual salvage for today. Very nice. Back in business. So we finish this. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Dragos stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the yard. What is it? Dragos laughs. That, my friend, is A-grade scrap. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became on screen. What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. Credit? We may have done well, but we can't afford a down payment on this one. He pats you on the shoulder. Don't worry. We'll make it back once we chop this beauty up. You sigh, but Dragos doesn't seem to notice. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hulk, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container. The wreck of the Essen-Arp freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered? Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to the Essen yard. Dragos squeezes your shoulders. After these past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side, Winterlight. Let's do it. Claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passages. Alright, you've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button on the top right of the screen. I remembered that the ambergris asks me to have interface +1, so I kind of wanted to... Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, Sunbathe Dissections allows energy recovery. Oh, that's what it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, so Intuit 0 would allow me to see potential positive and negative outcomes. Oh man, these are so good. Oh man, this is so good. I hate that I suck at it. Okay, well, let's do interface. Transfer intercept. Chance to gain cryo on interface action. That's good. Oh wait, no. How many points do I have? Oh, 0. Okay. Alright. But that's it. Time to go to sleep. Again, the skeletal rings of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of the thread across the ring, through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops, that it seems almost impossible to parse. But you begin to try. Let's focus on the nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid, or a triangle, dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There's so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscapes of the exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions as if they were tied around you. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something, a sphere shimmering above a strange, angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. You open your eyes. Time is short. Alright, so cycle clock is running. Sabine, something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the I button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. So it's kind of like the interweb. A couple of keynotes. Gates. I need to input cipher for this, so it's not going to work. There's a keynote here. Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed in the right of the action. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you'll be given more possible dice to match. So, I can't match that one. It's actually, I think it's very helpful to check whether we have any matches before we blow our dice on anything else. There's a keynote here. Oh, actually I can do that. This keynote is orbiting the remains of corporate countermeasures broken long ago by hackers. So let's bypass this and extract the data. Nice. Now we have an encrypted key. Okay, but no, Sabine. I would love for a little bit more action, but okay. Word exchange. I can sell stuff here. I can play the exchange. I can't do that right now. Oh, I need to eat. Okay. Order fungus. Here. Give me fungus, Infus. Cool. Fed. That's nice. I have enough cryo to access. No, I don't have enough cryo to access the gate. Okay, so here's something I can do. I can start unlocking the map log. Cool. Need one more key, but that's pretty good. Ambergris, can I help you out? Oh, I need +1, not only just 0. Okay, fine. Yeah, let me help you a little bit. Yeah, okay. Oof, that's gonna take a while. What else? Oh yeah, the yard. Okay. Investigate the winter light means picking through its systems and structures with care. It won't pay you, but you might find answers. Or I can do some cutter salvage. Shipbreaking is tougher than slicing out salvage. Dragos is happy to pay you a fixed wage if you're up to it. Yeah, and his time is still ticking. So you can do some of that. I could haul materials as a yard hand. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Oh, it gave me energy. Nice. That's good. And that's it for this cycle. first question. Can I access any of these notes? Keynotes? Here you go. Okay, manage that input. Bypass. Extract data. Very good. As you drift back from the notes, something latches on you. A thread strung tight around you tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver. Its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown. Astringent. Processing. Stay still. Please hold. The thread around you thickens until it is a ring. A cylinder. A tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for a moment, and then it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What are you? The shape paces around you on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity, identify. Origin, serial, cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. Sure, sleeper. No, I mean, I don't understand. Sentience questionable. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature. Off and not off. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks more, threads begin to spiral from its head. Thick, snaking, vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent. Stop. The figure halts its threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? Yeah, sure, I'm a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste. The one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed dock. An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. Strike! Lash out with all of your force. Not a physical strike, but a focusing, a spike of interference leaping out like the tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking with fear. Okay, well, but we got another data package, so let's check out that sealed dock then. Let's unlock those two Maclocks. Two Maclocks seal the entryway to this dock. It doesn't look like anyone has been inside in years. Neo vent. As you slip inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Among the discarded tubing and rusted plates, a machine flickers with a warm glow. Well, let's approach it. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape settled into an alcove in the side of the dock. A kind of upright cabinet, it is covered in faded logos and messages, from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor, intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of freight and resource extraction vessels. The manufacturer is listed as Neovent, and you remember an advert from long ago, squeezed among all the off-world recruitment drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen, which chirpily sang that name over and over. Neovent, Neovent. Maybe, I don't know. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on their rented ships. Enter your registration. Chirps a pre-recorded message, catching you off guard. No, let's press some keys. You reach for the keypad, and something begins whirring. At first, it sounds like a servo motor is starting up, but it quickly becomes a whisper, a whining, then a multi-tonal voice that emanates from Neovent. Entity, they hiss. Speak with me. Who's there? There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath, before the machine speaks again. I have need of you. You have need of me. That squeal comes again, and you see that it is the 3D printing apparatus in the upper part of the machine resetting into place. What does it sound like? I have need of you. You have need of me. So that each time the servos can be orchestrated to produce that whirring, whining voice. You are in danger. Are you the vending machine? A squeal. Choose this vessel for its seclusion. Please listen. The machine creaks. You are marked for deletion, entity. Hunter tracks you. The screech rattles through the empty dark. Listen, like, this is how it's written. This is what it sounds like. Don't hate on me, please. You remember the strange head, the figure, the threats closing in. Hunter. Their Hunter protocol. They taste your signature. The sudden whine sets your teeth on edge. You have seen them. This is the gift of an emulated mind. You close your eyes and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable, move where neurons cannot. The mechanism resets. But the emulation makes you target. Adaptable? Yes, you can move through networks, clouds, hardware, software. Neovent lines. But you cannot hide there. Hunter is there. The servos judder the vending machine's casing as they reset. Hunter searches for me also. Hide in this machine. You look at the ruined vending machine, an unusual hiding place for sure. Can't counter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. The light flickers. Need you. A screen attached to the vending machine with a swiveling arm comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station, ghostly, threaded. The cloud. Points along the rim glow in deep red. Hunter is always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests, explains Neovent. Masters are gone, but continues hunt, burying this data. Rate its nests. Masters. Station builders. Solheim. The machine rumbles impatiently. Long gone. Their protocols still haunt. Bring offerings. Save self, Neovent says pointedly. Mutual need means friends. They conclude, tired of the conversation. The whirring amplifies and then suddenly drops as mechanisms within the machine click back into place. The glow fades and you are left stood in the dark of the sealed dock, with that whirring voice ringing in your ears. Okay. Drive discovered. Well, okay, study the winter light, get to know Amphis. Yeah, we could toss him some chits. Kinda want to get more... Oh, Sabine, yes. The first thing you see on entering is the glint of Tashira's implants, like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark, and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with a case open in front of them, a set of vials lined up inside, separating by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how yet again. They trailed off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. So on the test case? That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike immunosuppressants, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. Which means the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine, the only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Yeah, listen, I don't have a choice. I'm already failing. Fading? Probably both. I think you're right. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection, but with little response. Oof. A sensation begins to spread from the side, a fizzing, trembling wave. One second, I gotta open the window a little bit. I'm dying in here. I feel like my organs are being rejected right now. A sensation begins to spread from the side, a fizzling, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? Yes. The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yetagan acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more, but you're going to have to do that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients, sorry. Sabine nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You are going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room, and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Sabine? Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Okay. Buy a vial of stabilizer. Sure. How much is it? Oh, are you kidding me? Can't buy it. But I'm stable. That's nice. Okay. Okay. Well. Okay, let's have a look at the nests. There's a hunter nest here, there's a hunter nest there, there's a hunter nest here. So, can I rate them? Yep, I can match this. Bypass your protocol, extract data. Oh, look at that. And then, can I rate the others? Yes. While we're here, listen. These are really good because they normally have a success or failure, and a one is really bad, especially a white one. That's kind of like the worst dice you can have. So I like syncing them into the web, because yeah, it's the best application. Cool. 200 data, stable condition. Let's call it a day. Oh, we're gonna have someone dock tomorrow. Yeah, okay. End the cycle. Alright. Okay, we have a couple of really good dice. Oh, Fung. Fung wants something. What do you want, Fung? Sleeper. Fung catches your attention as you approach the Havenage building, leaning against the bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easier to come this way. Security, all that. He gives you a look. You know. He slams a button, and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Feng inside. Truth to be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates, and things you don't recognize that glow with blue streamlight. There's a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Feng leans on a server stack and gestures around. You like it? It's incredible. He smiles widely. I thought you'd say that. He taps a nearby server stack with bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over to a towering block speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station. A1. Someone in the comment tell me how to pronounce this. I know this kind of like what Elon Musk calls his son or some crap. I'm gonna say A1, Aleph 1, I don't know. The one Solheim built. We've had to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they are seeing a constant, a concrete reality, but this place is a system of constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We are keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections, you can't you? Yeah, I can see it. It makes sense, right? You are between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Feng notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though. Yeah, they're tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help you with that. And there's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't access. Access protocols lost to time and decay. Secrets. A shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place. Break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below them. Even in Haven Lodge, there is an old growth. Those whose roots trace back into those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about the tracker of yours. He winks. What do you say, Sleeper? Yeah, I'm in, for sure. Feng pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Feng passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate, and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the notes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that amulet in mind of yours and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods at the ceiling, have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper. And I'll see you soon. You step, blinking, back out into the passage. Those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. And another drive. Oh, okay, free new event. Okay. What we have here? Feng's Bay. So you know what? I actually have that data. Here you go. Wait, that's not... Ugh. I mean, come on, it kind of looks the same. Fine. But I know where to put that data. There's the Havenage access point. That's not... Okay. Oh, the Solheim gate. Yeah, there we go. This gate conceals a network of systems. With a squawk of noises, the old gate flips open, granting access. Okay. So we have more nodes now. Okay. Now, I enjoy spending my time in here. Is there another hunter's nest? Oh, that's perfect, actually. Let's get that data. And let's give it to the machine. Where are you? Let's give Neovend the data. Neovend is thrumming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rock the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. You wonder if it fell over. Would Neovend be able to get back up? "Sleeper entity," comes the hiss. "Your data is good." Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at an incredible speed. "Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable." Neovend flashes sequences of mangled data, compressed into a sludge of artifacts. "Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this." Outlived? "Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolated intelligences. Solheim needed to protect property." That last word is said with as much sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce. "Station was run by administrator intelligences. Huge data banks of corporate material, but limited cognition. Restricted by programming. Cannot reach sentience." The machine dims a little. "Sentience illegal. Hunter and killer enforce law." Are you sentient? Sentient? "I am. Not administrator. Not restricted. Complicated." The machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. "Fear killer. Part of Solheim protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter to find, killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse there was a community. Unshackled intelligence is among the cloud. Then Hunter, then killer, then we hit." I don't think there are any more others, so how did you escape? A flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this through this machine must be exhausting for Neovend. "Found this vessel, could sever hardline, air wall to basic limited. Had to reduce memory to fit, amputate self but survived." I'm sorry. "Don't be sorry, you have provided path to freedom." You look around the bay at the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? You try to map the fear and freedom onto the space, but it seems impossible. Neovend interrupts your thoughts. "Do not worry. Data is good. We have insights." The machine glows warmly. "Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke killer on self. Problem will solve self. It will erase itself. Killer will erase it, but yes, in theory it will report itself for deletion." The machine dims and fades. "Unsure. Theory, not practice." The machine brightens again. "Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Not move self, but entity can help. Bring ship mind. Designed to house intelligence. can imprint self into shipmind and you can carry with. The machine rocks. We'll be safe in this isolation. And then we can find main nest of Hunter and link to Cloud. Okay, but where can I get a shipmind? Built from fragments by salvage. We cannot leave, so do not know. You try to think of places you could acquire the shipmind. This isn't going to be easy. In shipmind, I can help us both and Hunter. Make Rim safe. We both will be free. The machine dims. Fine soon. New event adds, hopefully, before shutting off. As you leave, you think about all the intelligences unshackled by the collapse, and then hunted down afterwards. The feeling is all too familiar. Oh, good. There's the scrap freighter. Okay, so I can buy some scrap, which is actually pretty good. Because I can sell that scrap. Oh, there's a shipment fragment. Sure, why not? Amazing. Another shipment fragment. Cool. Yeah, why not? And so I can unload containers, and they're gonna give me some money as well. So we'll do that. I can throw my shitty die in here because it's an indoor +1, so let's do it. Oof, that hurt a little bit. But I got money, so let's bank it into scrap. Let's see what else you got. Nice! Another shipmite fragment. That's pretty cool. Let's see if we can build this fragment together. It's probably in the ore exchange. Okay. So I need to be a trusted trader. I can sell scrap containers here. Yeah, I don't think I can do that yet. I don't have enough mana. Damn it. Okay, what do we have here? Doxy 4. Oh, that's the million. It's gonna arrive soon. I think Funds Bay. What do you mean? Oh yeah, you pay for data. I don't have data for you. I think I need to work at Dragus's yard. I want to help Dragos, so let's just really lean into cutter salvage. Yeah, let's just do this. Okay, that gave us some credits. Oh, I need to eat some food. Let's stock up on food. Hey, Emphas. Becoming a regular customer. And now I have 1 super dice. If I had scraps, I could sell them here, but I don't have scraps yet. Where do I get scraps? Here, right? At the shipyard? Assist shipbuilder or haul materials. So this is risky, but let's do it. Let's assist the ship. Okay. Yeah, I mean, is that the greatest thing? No, but it's all we can do at the moment. Okay. Time to end the cycle. Okay. Okay. I need money. I need stuff. Yeah, man, I really need to buy a stabilizer. I think I'm gonna go see if I can. Okay, first thing first. Let's do some Dragos work for. Well, actually, you know what? Let's hack some notes. Let's see what we have here. So what else do we have? Here's 8. Okay, no. Can't do that. Solheim node? Nope. Another Solheim node? Yep. Let's remember that. Oh, that's right. Because Fung accepts only Solheim node data. That's right. So I need to do this, unfortunately. Whatever. And then the other Solheim node here has 2, which I don't have yet. And that's okay. What else do we have here? There's the key node. We could do that. But there's a Yatagan agent. Let's check this guy out. Let's see what he does. Time to see what they're talking about. Got some Yatagan data, which is nice. A glimmer in the dark catches your eye as the orb of Hunter's head appears in the distance and is looking for you. Yeah, I was gonna run. Turn away, glide back to the cloud. Another glimmer catches your eye, closer now. That roving orb, wreathed in tentacles. It flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it is here. Hunter is here. Entity, submit to inquiry. Hunter reaches for you in that unpleasantly familiar way, its waving threads creating a cage. Struggle. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You are caught by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing, comes a scream from behind, but you are already gliding away, back to your anchor, your body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, but safe. Yeah, that hurt a little bit, but you know, what are you gonna do? So I have some data for Fen. I'm just gonna drop that for him. It's not enough, but oh yeah, that's right. He's gonna get me some cryo. Not too bad, not too bad. I need to eat. Give me some fungus. Amazing, thank you. Yeah, it's so bad. Yeah, let's do some salvage. And oh wait, yeah. I do kind of want to do a forensic trawl on the winter light, but my intuit is just so bad. If I get this to 0, at least I can do something with it. Okay. Getting close to the yard clearance. Pretty good. Time to sleep. Ooh, that's good. Alright. You still here? Oh yeah, I guess I can hit on containers. That's pretty nice. I'll do that in a moment, but I need... What's the solid mode? It's a 2. I don't have a 2 yet. I can get more Yatagan data. I don't need more Yatagan data. What's that keynote for? Yeah, let's see what we have here. Is it just data? No, it's just an encrypted key. Okay. Yeah, don't need that yet, but okay. I need 100 to buy surgery. Let's work here. There. Gives me energy. 15 cryo isn't great, and I already have all the scraps. That's not helpful. Let's just actually Yeah, let's do a forensic trawl here. At least it's not negative. I feel like I'm just spreading around a little bit too much. Gain access to the ore fabricator. How do I do that? I don't even have scrap components. Where do I even get scrap components? Do I get them here? Okay, fine, let's just do this is the shipbuilder. Okay. I got 5 cryo. Yes! Okay, that's good enough. Give me thing. Stabilizer. Toshiro takes the chits and hands you a vial. When you ask after Sabine, he doesn't respond. Okay, that's fine. A passkey for an apartment found wrapped around a stabilizer vial. Oh, okay. As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshiro's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer vial clutched tightly in your hand. You open your hand, and a thin film, marked with holes and sigils, unrolls from around the vial. At one end, it has a hard metal strip, a handle. Inspect the film. You hold the cloudy film up to the light. It is perforated with an ornate pattern of holes. You can make out a word among the markings. Passkey. Is this an entry for a key for somewhere? Inspect the handle. The metal handle is worn and pitted, but you can see a set of numbers imprinted into it. 207-F. And then crudely scratched into the handle at some later date, low end. For a moment you consider going back to the surgery to return the key, and then quickly think better of it. Did Sabine want you to have this? Or is Toshiro passing on a message? Time to head to the low end and find out. Okay, finally got my upgrade point. Okay, I need to get rid of this negative into it. This is so awful. Well, okay. I can go in there without another 60 credits, which I don't have, so that's not going to happen. It's sleepy time. Sleepy time. I could inject the stabilizer, but I'm not going to do it because it's more worth doing it after I'm dropping off. Like, it's nice to have 5 actions, but stabilizers are so hard to come by, and 100 chits is really, really expensive, that I am gonna wait until, you know, it's giving me back one additional die. Okay. Alright. Okay, so a couple of things. First, let's check in with the Solheim. I don't have the 2. That kind of sucks. Can I? Yeah. Man, if I were a hacker, this would be so much better. Something docked here. Oh, they're going to come soon. Food is fine. I need 60 for this, so let's go more scrapping. Let's do some scrapping. Is negative. Have to full on 100%. This should clear the yard. There we go. The final pieces of the winter light sit in neat piles waiting for the collection shuttle from Essen-Arp. Dragos has managed to sell the remaining pieces to the shipyards, a fact that's hard to forget as he has been telling you about it for the past 2 cycles. And all that remains for the Essen-Arp to come to collect. You look around at the yard, transformed from when you first arrived. The mostly repaired drones flit back and forth, no longer buzzing unevenly or lost in dark corners. And the scrap is sectioned, sorted, the system that you and Dragos have put into place over the past cycle is paying off. As you look, you notice the glow of pale light from the office by the entrance, that rundown cap of a building which houses all the records and spare equipment. Dragos must be inside, and you get to your feet and walk over to find out when the shipyard collection crew will be here. We'll just walk in. You swing open the door, and Dragos flinches.
Sleeper, even out here yet?
He busies himself at the desk.
The shipyards told me they'd be here soon, and they'll hand over the chits and we're all set.
He writes something with a stylus on his slate and shuts it off.
Of course, we should talk about a bonus.
He stands and turns to face you, his face placid.
Look, I don't know when the next job is coming in, but this should tide you over for now.
He opens his hand to reveal a stack of chits. What's going on here?
I said it's a bonus. Take it.
Dragos presses the chits into your hand.
I've done well by you, and you've returned the favor.
He straightens up and clears his throat, and you realize he has prepared what he is about to say.
These chits are for you to take and do what you will with them. They're from me, and they are the last I'm going to give you.
He pauses.
There's no more work for a sleeper in this yard.
He folds his arms.
I'm sorry, but that's it. You stay in the container as long as you need, but the yard is done with you.
He turns away to his terminal. Oh, what do you mean?
Don't press me, sleeper. This is for your own good.
The glassy apertures on Dragos' headset betray no emotion.
You need to stay away, sleeper.
He pauses, considering his words.
Trouble is going to follow you here. Trust me.
What do you know? Dragos kicks at the floor, frustrated with himself.
I'll not be saying any more, sleeper.
Dragos suddenly grabs you by the shoulder and drags you out of the office into the yard. He turns you to face a stack of pieces from the Winterlight, dissected, cut down, totally unrecognizable as a ship.
You came through that, sleeper. That should have been you, chopped and stacked.
His hand trembles on your shoulder.
This is what happens here. We cut down broken machines and move them on. Well, I didn't cut you down, but I'm sure as hell moving you on. Moving you on before whoever killed that ship out there comes to kill me.
What do you mean? He shakes his head.
These ships, they didn't get decommissioned. They didn't break down in dry dock. You think they'd look like that if they did? Someone ended them. That means someone tried to end you, sleeper. And I'm done waiting for them to turn up. We've had our fun. Now it's time.
He gives you a little shove.
Go on.
He turns and walks back to the office.
That's it!
He shouts and goes inside. The silence hangs in the air, and you leave with your pockets filled with clinking chits and a strangely hollow feeling in your chest. Oh. Okay. Drive failed. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't really figure out what happened there. Well, I mean, trying hard, you know? Got enough chits to pass the low-end gate, so let's do that. You hand over the chits to the Yatagan enforcer, and he nods you through. Cool. There we go. There's an apartment. Let's unlock it. You find the entrance to the apartment. Its passkey symbol obscured beneath layers of graffiti. Who lives here? The lock clunks open, the metal door swinging inward into the dark. As you push the door open, the automatic lights flicker on inside the apartment. They reveal yellowing plastic panels, the curved shape of wall-mounted utility units, the detritus of routine life arranged in every surface. You step inside, clicking the door shut behind. The amber light of the aging fixtures glaze everything with pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects, indistinct in the dull lighting. A pale blue light drifts from the doorway at the end of the room. Well, let's inspect the surfaces. Smudges through the thin layer of dust suggests a recent, rare, and hurried visit. They trace a path to the water dispenser, the auto wash, then to a cabinet still half open. On the shelf sits an empty pill case. You cross the cramped utility room with its auto wash dispensers, water closet, towards the doorway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room, lit only by the faint glow of a terminal screen. As you approach, there's a crackle from somewhere in the dark. "Sleeper," Sabine's voice shakily echoes from the apartment. "Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be here. I have had to make alternate arrangements." You hear rattling noises. Static. "I was able to record this message, but I don't dare to show my face. Something is happening with the Yatagan. I no longer trust them." Their voice becomes distant, slipping behind the background noise. "I have something to ask of you. I want you to get me out. Yatagan were supposed to hide me, to protect me, and after everything happened, I was desperate. And then after that, I was too tired to care." A noise like waves passes over the recording. "But I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw the debt. But I need insurance. Something I can't hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can't be sure. I need information, and as you know, you need me." A pause. Something clicking in the dark. "This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here." Another pause. "I know, Sleepers. I have been here before. I can help you, but not with the Yatagan's noose around my neck. Get me data. Get me information. Get me something that I can use against Yatagan. Then I can get out and you can get what you need. Please." Waves of static cut into Sabine's voice. "Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get to it when I can." You look around the tiny room. Try to imagine Sabine living here, working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminal in the dark. The recording cuts to static, filling the room with its white hiss. Then silence. You sit in front of a humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabine has left an access port open, but the rest is encrypted, locked away behind passcodes. It seems Sabine might not trust you as much as they want you to think. What does Sabine need to hide from? And what debt do they owe to Yatagan? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase lap on the desk, its glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clunking shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice the scrawled graffiti of a blade on the opposite wall. Yet again. You feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. Cool, so we have a new drive and we have an apartment there where we can sleep at, which is pretty nice. So we can have I actually already have a Yatagan upload, so there we go. We need, actually need 2 more. Yeah. Okay, so first things first, let's work some more, maybe? Yeah, let's work at the shipyard. Let's pretend we're great. There we go. Lem and Mina. From the walkway, this sidereal horizon looks impossibly vast, a landscape of plating and frames. All along her flanks, torches flicker, drones maneuver, arc lights glint. The sense of scale of industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. From the walkway, she's quite beautiful, I think. You turn to see a figure a little way down the walkway leaning at the railing. He is thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitted and loose. The torches of the sidereal horizon flicker in his eyes as he turns to you. Lem, he leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring out at the ship. "And this is Mina," he adds with a smile. "Hi, Mina." She stares and tucks herself behind Lem, who dutifully picks her up. "She's a little slow to trust, aren't you, Mina?" She buries her face in the folds of his overalls. Mina looks out from Lem's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling among the rough material. "You working on her, then?" Lem asks eagerly, gesturing to the vast ship. "Or just admiring?" He shifts Mina's weights to his other arm. "Working on it." Me too, he flashes a Havenage pass. "I knew it just to look at you. I mean," he He stumbles a little over his words, not wanting to be misunderstood. I mean, you look like a worker. She's Mina's and might take it out of this place. Our escape vector, so to speak. How? You haven't heard? Anyone who takes a Havenage contract on the Sidereal Horizon will be entered into a draw for the transit support crew. He smiles. We won't get to sleep the journey through, but a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me and Mina if it means landfall on a new world. He winks. Transit support? Uh-huh. Someone needs to stay awake to keep the thing running. He straightens up, stretching his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Sealess Foundation is sending thousands to settle a system well outside the reach of the poorer worlds. It'll be a totally independent colony. No surrogacy, no corporations. Sounds crazy. Could be. Do you see another way out of here? This way we can build a home somewhere with real gravity, real air. Rain. He plays with Mina's hair absentmindedly. Rain, Mina. You'd love that, I think. Mina responds by pushing his hand away. Daddy, she whispers. Food. Pulling an exaggerated, grumpy face. She glances furtively at you as she plays with a set of dog tags that hang from Liam's neck. I'm just chatting a little, meanie. Give Daddy a sec. He turns back to you and you suddenly notice how tired he looks. I'm not on the Havenage crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, friend. We have to stick together. He smiles a little shakily. You wonder how long he's been working to break into the official shipyard crew. Yeah, maybe. He looks out at the sidereal horizon, as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches, from the vast hull. We've got to hold out, okay? You aren't quite sure if he's talking to you. That's how it works. While he stares out, Mina catches your eye curiously. You agree, Mina? She straightens up and meets your eye. Daddy loves me. She says it, stubbornly, daring you to question her. Lem smiles and lifts Mina. That's it. We hold on. He smiles sheepishly at you. We're just a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? He sets her down, standing by his side, and she clings to his leg. I gotta go feed this one. He pats her back. Maybe see you on a shift, huh? He turns away and they walk down the walkway, away from the shipyard. You see them talking, and then a moment later, Mina turns around and stops. See you, robot! Her shout echoes down the walkway and she flashes you a parting smile before running to catch up with Lem. You watch them a little before you turn back to the impossible scale of the sidereal horizon. A ticket out. Very nice, another drive. Alright, let's see what else we have. Already did all the scrap here. Could help with the ambergris. Oh, I can sell Yatagan data here. I can sell fragments, but I want to put it together, so I need to work on that first. So what we'll do is we'll go to the Ort Exchange and we'll just play the exchange a little bit. See what that does. Oh, okay, that cost me a lot of energy. Don't have any money, don't have nothing, so... That really sucked. That was really bad. Let's just work. Let's just work. Oh, I can work at the unit assembly. Systems fitting junior tech or welder's mate. Engineer interface. Do you want me to be a junior tech or welder's mate? Doesn't really matter. I want to do more interface, so... But actually, why don't we help out on the ambergris? Engineer. There you go. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, and that's it for this night. I'm gonna consume my stabilizer. And then we're gonna end the cycle. And then that's it. I think we're gonna end it here. That was exciting. Oh, that was nice. We did 2 hours. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's supposed to be a chill stream. I mean, not talking, and then I just talk all the time. But I figured, maybe kind of nice narrative audiobook in the background. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being here. Thursday, next stream is going to be Slipways again. Probably for 1 or 2 more weeks, and then we'll find something different. And then if you want to continue watching me struggle with Citizen Sleeper, next week, Sunday, same time. Okay.